Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jackie Miles, and this is the Ebony Championship Wrestling Show, where we hit the ground running with all things WWE. We dive into the biggest moments, the highest rivalries, and we give the boldest predictions in pro wrestling. The OG Bloodline gets some help from the best in the world. Jade Cargill is left laying like Peter Griffin falling down the steps, and Kevin Owens wears his Sunday's best to meet Cody. The boys are here. Wrestling is cool, and this is ECW Show. Let's get it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and wrestling fans across the globe. This is Ebony Championship Wrestling. Welcome to your screen, our resident tribal chief, Griff, aka Griff Nation. You can find Griff on Instagram at GriffNation84 and on X at CGriff84. Rounding out this chat room is the man of 70 holds, Montay, aka Coach Montay. You can follow him on Instagram at Coach Montay24. My name is the Jackie Miles, and I'm a certified G, a bona fide stud, and I am your ECW Undisputed Champion, and you can't teach that. Behind the scenes, as always, is the advocate, ex-con Pablo, and he's 5 foot tall, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, the realest podcast on Beyonce's internet. What's good, boys? How's everybody doing tonight? Coach, how you feeling?
I feel good, man. It's good to say hi to the ECW fam, and more importantly, you, my brothers. Let's get ready to get into the Survivor Series show. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, fellas.
Griff, how you feeling, my boy?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. It's a thankful week, a thankful season, man. Thankful for a whole lot, man. My Lions went 10-1 this week, best team in the league, and I'm excited to get on here with you guys tonight, and let's do the thing.
It's an exciting time here in ECW. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Hopefully you get to spend some time with your family. And if you don't want to spend time with your family, hopefully you get some time alone to yourself and you get to relax and do your own thing. I understand how that goes. It is indeed Survivor Series season. So, of course, we got to start things off by talking about Survivor Series. Let's jump in it from all the way back in the day, from Survivor Series when The Undertaker first debuted, all the way up to now, to incorporating War Games. How do we feel about Survivor Series, boys? What's our favorite part of Survivor Series, and what are our thoughts going into this year's Survivor Series? Griff, let's start with you.
Man, Survivor Series is like one of those favorite seasons during the holidays. You know, Thanksgiving week, the traditional elimination matches, of course, over the years and over the decades, from the time it started in the late 80s all the way to now. Like you stated, man, it started with The Undertaker's debut, the gobbledygooker. Just remember all those traditional gimmicks back in the day until now. We into War Games. You know, things have elevated, changed, man. I'm excited. You know, Survivor Series is always a tradition, but I'm very excited for a War Game, especially the one that's coming up this week, because you got a lot of family members, a lot of egos, a lot of testosterone, you know, going in this match this week, man, and it can be anybody ball game. So I'm definitely looking forward to it, but like I stated last week, and I say it again, I just feel bad for whoever's in the ring with Bronson and Jacob at the same time, because, boy, you don't want to be in there with Godzilla and King Kong by yourself, Doc.
Yeah.
Coach, how we feeling about Survivor Series?
Man, I love it, man. It actually is, one of my favorites. Not only have to be in Mania season, but it is still one of my favorite pay-per-views. I still call it pay-per-view because, we old school, but no, just I remember like it was yesterday. You remember, Brent? You was little. First one I recall was Undertaker beating you know who for the WWE championship. So that was a milestone. That he officially became my GOAT that night, because we knew he was up to something great. But seeing the competition, seeing the actual superstars come together for one night, to show their talent, to work together, but more importantly, show up the company, and forge the teams. I always loved the team aspect of it. Obviously, it evolved into brand supremacy, and who's the best for one night between Raw and SmackDown, and then evidently now where we are today, in the cage. So it's one of the best PLEs, I believe, besides that big night, in April. So I'm looking forward to it, man. And can't wait to watch it with y'all this weekend. But hey, it's here.
It's considered to be one of the big four for a reason. It's definitely a monumental PLE when it comes to the whole grand scheme of WWE throughout the year. It kind of sets the stage for going into the next year, going into the Royal Rumble. And like you said, Coach, it's a fun thing that involves the team, the elimination process starting earlier on, and then now involving into War Games. It's always something to look forward to during this holiday season. You got Thanksgiving, you got Black Friday. For us, you got the game happening Saturday morning, and then Survivor Series happening Saturday night. So definitely a fun time for us, and we look forward to this. The Survivor Series is all about alliances, man, all about strategy, all about survival. And so tonight we're going to take that concept of traditional Survivor Series match, and we're going to turn it into an epic fantasy draft. So here's the deal. Each of us are going to draft our ultimate team of 5 warriors, whether that's legends, that's the current superstars, or even some unsung heroes who don't always get the attention. The goal: build your most dominant Survivor Series squad, the group that you think can eliminate the competition and leave with their hand raised. So we're going to start off with the current roster. Who do you think should be your 5 dominant warriors for your Survivor Series team? Griff, we're going to throw it on over to you. Tell us who your team is. Tell us how the cohesion comes about, and tell us the storyline. Let's get it going.
Absolutely, man. First and foremost, man, I got the team. My team is called the Bad Guys. Definitely going to be full of heels, of course. And I got a valet manager that's going to help me put this team together by the name of the wise man, Paul Heyman. And the reason for this team is because they're full of egos. They're full of anger. They're full of bitterness. They're full of stubbornness. But more importantly, they all hate each other. But the goal is to put this team together to show, even though they hate each other, they can still work as a team. But more importantly, shut the whole WWE down with this cohesive unit. So alongside with the wise man, Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, Seth freaking Rollins, Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, and the 2009 Viper, Randy Orton.
Okay, interesting group here. Everybody's a heel. Everybody's going to be fighting against each other. Do you see them working together as a team, Griff?
Absolutely. I mean, as long as you got Paul Heyman there, and as long as that, the goal is to get the W and the win, they're going to cohere. Now, anything that happens after the match, that's on them. But during the match, yeah, they're going to work together. Absolutely.
I like how you threw that manager in there to kind of keep things together. It's kind of like the $1 Million Man back in the day. I see you. Coach, who you got on your current roster?
On the current roster, man, for my faces, man, I got the Shield KO. Stupid. Stupid. I got our boy. I got the OTC rounding out the captain. Hey, I got Randy right next to him. And obviously for the work he's done over these last 4 years, I got obviously the Yeet Man, Jey Uso. He found his way on my roster some way, somehow. And believe it or not, on the faces, I told y'all the organic face turn is coming. I got the dog Braun Breaker joining that, for speed and power. And then obviously, hey, it's the time of the year where family need to get back at the table and squash their differences and work it out. I got Seth Rollins and Randy squashing the beef for one night and going to make it happen, trying to rekindle the old days.
You think your group beats Griff's, Coach?
Nope.
Got a chance, man.
I'm asking for you. Nope.
I got Braun.
It's like the Lions and the Cowboys all over again. Nope.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Hey, I got Randy and Braun Breaker and Roman. I like my chances.
Okay.
Along with the architect. So
and this is all a face group, Coach?
It's a face group. These are my face groups.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I got Logan and KO too, bro. So
yeah.
That's interesting how you put Logan Paul out there. I'm gonna go heel as well, but I figured you guys were gonna go a little bit more mainstream with this. I'm gonna go a little bit more behind the scenes to a certain extent, but I want all of my guys to be heels in this faction. First of all, the captain's gonna be Gunther, starting things off. We gotta make sure that we We got some power in the building. But then we're gonna go a little bit smaller down the stretch, right? I believe in small ball and baseball. I believe in small ball and wrestling. I'm gonna go with AJ Styles from his heel run. I'm gonna go with Shinsuke Nakamura from this heel run that he's on right now.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Tommaso Ciampa, but he has to go back to the Blackheart days when he coming out with no music.
He going there. Yeah, he going there now.
Exactly. And then round it off, I got the Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. We're gonna be a problem in that War Games cage. Don't worry about it. Even if we go 5-on-5 elimination, I still think I like our chances here.
Solid team.
Yeah. So it's AJ Styles, Shinsuke, Tommaso, Gunther, and Ilya Dragunov. I think we got a shot at this. But what about the women's side? How do you feel about the women's side? Coach, what you got?
All right. From my women's, I actually got this is a heel group. I just did faces, so I'm gonna do heel for my women's side. This is called the Queens. I'm going with the Queens. I got Charlotte and Nia Jax teaming up for one night only. And obviously I got heel Liv right now to join, for the speed, obviously the size. And I got Jade. I'm still thinking, I'm still going my main take. I still think Jade is the heel. And I got old school. This one is. I wish her a speedy recovery and she comes back. I got heel Asuka.
Okay. Griff, you going heel or face with your group?
I'm definitely going. I'm staying on the heel side on this one. I'm gonna call this one the Terror Squad. And no pun to Fat Joe, so please don't serve us for no copyright infringement. But this is my Terror Squad. I'm going with strength. I'm going with power, athleticism, and I'm going for straight darkness. So the captain of this team is going to be Mommy herself, Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
But then on her team, I'm going to have Cora Jade, Blair Davenport, JC Jane, and Tatum Paxley.
NXT guy. Yep. We knew NXT flavor was coming from him soon.
Yeah, that seems like a U group. That seems like a U team. That all of that checks out.
Underrated.
All of that checks out.
All of that checks out. We knew he was gonna hit us with NXT.
If you know Griff, you know that everybody on that list checks out. Yeah. For my women's team, I don't know. I was kind of all over the place. I didn't name my group. We was just out here, wrestling. It is what it is. But I think that the captain is going to be Nia Jax. Of course, I got to start off with the queen of queens. So I'm going to start off with Nia Jax. I'm going to add in Asuka with you guys from last time, Coach. I think Asuka would be a great addition to any War Games team. Then I kind of go left with things here as I add Chelsea Green. I just want to see her jump off something in a War Games match. I think she'll do well in that. Candice LeRae, pound for pound, I think she's one of the stronger of the women's division. And I think she'll hold her own. And then I too went down to NXT with Griff. And I'm going to take Jada Parker and add her to this group.
Ooh.
Just because, bro. Why not? We don't need no cohesion. We just going in there. We hitting folks. That's all that matters. That's what we believe in.
That's it.
So I think we'll do okay in that division. What about the Legends contracts? What about Legend contracts? What about that team back in the day that you thought should have been in the Survivor Series? Or what about that team that you think would have done well if War Games was around during that time? Griff, let's start off with you.
Man, I try not to go too far back old school. This was kind of tough for me, but
Harley Race.
I really thought about what's that?
You got Harley Race and
no. You remember back in the day, you do a chop to one of them cats, man. They got eliminated, man. No, I need some real entertainment here. But I was going to go face with this team, but then I figured the heel. Stay on the heel side again because these ones they were a lot better off heel. So for the Legends, I didn't go too far back. So I got HBK Shawn Michaels, Bret the Hitman Hart, the Baldhead Kurt Angle, the Rated R Superstar Edge, and the Animal Batista.
Okay. Yeah, that too sounds like you. Coach, over to you.
I left the pyro out now, so
Coach, over to you.
I'm going with actually I'm gonna stay on the heel side because I love these 10. So I had my faces. I had Undertaker, Stone Cold, Rock, Big Show, and Bret Hart
Mm.
versus Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Kane, Mark Henry, and Mr. Perfect.
And you put the whole match together, okay?
Right.
Put the whole match together.
Right.
We fighting everybody. 10 of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Legend. So that was my 10. 10
Say that 10
legends
again. One more time.
My 10 legends. So on the face side, I had Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock, Big Show, and Bret Hart.
Yeah.
On the face side, and then I had on the heel side Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Kane, Mark Henry, and Mr. Perfect.
Mm.
Got all the top dogs out there and Mr. Perfect.
Right.
Got all the top
Well,
dogs.
yeah. The two technical wrestlers against each other.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect across from each other.
I went a little different as well on this one. I just kept a group together because I wanted to see this group actually, go on and continue on. I didn't want to see them break up when they did break up. So I'm going to keep all 5 of these twos together, plus my honorable mention because he had to be mentioned out here. So I'm going to go with the Nation of Domination as is for my Legends team, being Farouk, The Rock. I want the whole train, so make sure we got that in there. D'Lo Brown and them, and then
Godfather.
Godfather, Mark Henry. I want the original group, but then I also want Owen Hart to be in the to be down there because enough is enough, and it's time for a change, as always.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. What about tag team division? What about tag teams?
Yeah.
Let's put 3 different tag teams together to make a group of 6. And who do you think would be the cohesive group to fight in War Games? Coach, what you got?
All right. So I'm a little more modern. So this is actually a mix of current roster and old school. So a little flair. I got Street Profits and Motor City Machine Guns together for one night only. The speed, obviously the way they work in the ring, I think that's great. That's great entertainment there. With the Dudley Boys, I think what we saw at WrestleMania that with Devon and that's entertainment. And then on the heel side against them, I got actually American Made, Edge and Christian. Against the Dudley Boys, and then with the Power, AOP alongside. Yep.
You said American Made.
So you had how many teams?
Edge and Christian. Did you?
Yeah, American Made.
What do you say?
Christian and Edge. American Made, Edge and Christian. Brutus and the Creed brothers, the Creed brother twins.
So you got 4 tag teams out there, or I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I got the Creed brothers. Yeah, I got the Creeds. AOP and Edge and Christian.
Got it.
You said
You said the Dudleys too. Yeah.
You said the Dudleys. You said Street Profits and the Motor Machine Guns. So that's 6.
We said 6.
Oh, you said he
3.
said. Oh, okay. He did 6 on 6. Okay.
Yeah,
that's what he did.
I see. Yeah.
You keep giving us the whole match. You keep giving us the whole match.
I'll give you the whole match.
All right. Okay. Griff, over to you. What's your tag teams? All good.
Actually, I'm going face for once on this one, man. I'm going with Power. I'm going with Speed. I'm going with old school. I'm going with new school. And I'm going with some hardcore. So I'm going with the Usos. I'm going with the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and Undertaker. And one of the most underrated tag teams in the Attitude Era, which I kind of mentioned last week on Griff Picks, Hardcore and Crash Holly.
Okay. Hardcore and Crash. Interesting. We were just talking about Hardcore and Crash the other day. I don't know how that came up, BDixx, but it definitely did.
I feel like I haven't mentioned them since '96.
That was weird. Like
they came out 99.
I know. Somewhere in the 90s.
That was weird. They weren't like actually together, but they were named like the Hollies at one point, but they weren't actually together, and then they came together. Weird, but interesting that you put them out there. Okay. For my tag teams, I'm gonna keep it a little up to date, and I want everybody to be heels. But I'm also putting the Creed brothers into a match. I'm gonna keep them with A-Town Down Under as is. With Waller and what's his face, and then I'm also gonna add in
Theory.
Yeah, Hims. And then I'm also adding Pretty Deadly as my third tag team, as I would like to see them get after it in War Games.
We gotta get them back on TV at some point.
Yes, boy. Come on, give me more.
They too entertaining to be on the sideline.
Can't wait to see Pretty Deadly the musical. I'm looking forward to it.
We still got that.
And then our last category for Survivor Series teams, last category is the underrated superstar. Who is somebody that doesn't get the shine normally? Who would you put on a 5-man team? Your underrated superstars. Griff, let's start with you, then over to Coach.
Mm-hmm. This is all mixed in, right?
Sure, you can add in the women's division if you'd like.
All right, so of course I'm going down to Florida with this one. So Ruka, Javon Evans, Jasmine Nix, Carmen Petrovic, and Ludwig Kaiser.
Carmen is the one that comes to the ring with the blade. Is that
sword? Yeah, Mortal Kombat.
She knows she can't use that, right?
No, no, only in the ring entrance.
Oh, okay, all right. She's in that. She's in a feud with Adonis right now. Shanti the Adonis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got a little hookup going on.
What is happening there, bro? Like, all right.
I don't know. Hey, Nikita cop blocked the door.
I'm saying, like, Nikita, you was waiting on the text back. Like, you should have texted. Never mind. That's a whole nother show. We'll talk about that at another time. But I do like the group. Right. I figured that was. I figured you would be down in NXT on that one, Griff. That seems to be your show down there, which I appreciate. Coach, any underrated superstars you want to throw out there?
Yeah, a heel team for one night only. That's underrated. I think that would do great things in the ring. Jackie already mentioned. I got Mello heading this team up because he's a star that's still ready to shine. Mello, Candice LeRae, along with Sonya Deville, Santos Escobar, and Chelsea Green. Yep, and Chelsea.
Oh, wait. Well, look at these mixtures.
I could deal with that. Santos Escobar gets a shout out. That's what's up.
That Sonya was the one though. Yep, she gets no conversation. Hopefully she gets a good run in this IC situation that they're going to do.
They took them off of TV. Well, we've talked about PFC, but they've been missing here lately. But oh well.
Get the stud line back on TV, man.
That's what I was waiting on it.
Get the stud line back on TV is what he's saying. What trying to tell y'all. What he was trying to say. He wants his stud line back on the waves.
Yo.
My underrated superstars. I've mentioned a couple of these before, but just seeing them in a War Games match, because we don't get to see the whole roster, but I would love to see some of these names in a War Games match. Johnny Gargano for sure. In a main roster storyline, excuse me, because I'm sure he's been in down on NXT. But this is my team. Chad Gable, Apollo Crews, Andrade, and I'm also throwing Candice LeRae in there as well. I think Candice LeRae probably could show out in the men's match if she wanted to. So I want to throw her out there as well. Some interesting picks that you guys have chosen. I would love to know what's the favorite team that you have from your list. What's your favorite team?
Oh, mine's definitely the Bad Guys with Paul Heyman. The first one I had, definitely 100%.
Okay, Coach.
Actually, my favorite team that I put together is this Legends. The Legends Faces.
Yeah.
Yep. Undertaker, Stone. Yep. Yeah. Stone Cold, Rock, Big Show, and Brett.
I like the underrated superstars here of Johnny Gargano, Chad, and Andrade and them. And would love to see your comments in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. If you just heard our 3 favorite teams, we'd love to hear what your team would be. And then which of our teams do you think would pull out the win in a 5-on-5 elimination and in the 5-on-5 War Games? Would love to see your comments. Make sure you comment below. All right, man. I'm excited for Survivor Series, man. This weekend is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to watch that and see how the storylines unfold as Raw and SmackDown has concluded tonight. So we definitely want to start to talk about those things as they transpired over the last weekend. So let's move on to the lightning round now. And I'm going to ask the boys a few questions about the week. And we'd love to get their thoughts. And then at the end, we'll move on to the main event. Let's get started with the lightning round. 3 minutes on the clock, not 30 minutes. 3 minutes on the clock. And let's see what you guys got. Jade Cargill is attacked backstage and left to look like one of Batman's interrogation victims. Bailey would help the cause on Raw. Is this the replacement that we want for the Storm? Griff, this one's over to you.
I'm not sure if it's what we want, but I think it makes sense for her to get it, all because there's going to be tension with the team because there's tension with Bianca. Then also there's a reuniting with Io Sky from Damage Control, Bailey in this situation. So look like she's going to be the one that's going to insert in Jay's spot.
We'll see how that goes, and hopefully she does well in that spot. Who is right in their beliefs about how things have transpired? Is it Cody or is it Kevin Owens? Coach, this one's over to you.
Kevin all day long in his suit and tie t-shirt. I love that promo, every minute of that promo, and I'm Team Kevin. Cody, get somewhere and sit down.
Man, it's just a face run is just lackluster, isn't it? A face title run is always lackluster. The new Women's Intercontinental Championship makes his Raw debut, and it makes for a second mid-card title for the women's division. The division is now wide open. Who takes which title and why? Griff, over to you first, and then we'll come to you, Coach.
My two candidates for this title would be Zelina Vega or Sonya Deville. They seem more worthy and wanted to push. We just briefly spoke about the underrated talent Sonya Deville is and don't get talked about, but definitely Zelina Vega through the years of work she's putting in, and also Sonya. Those are my top two candidates for this, and hopefully Adam Pearce put in a good tournament to push through than all this is doing on SmackDown.
Coach, IC and UC US titles on the mid card for the women's division.
I have I got Michin winning the US title, and I have what's that right? And I have Chelsea. No, excuse me, I have Chelsea winning the US, and I have Michin winning the Intercontinental.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of got it the same way. I have Chelsea winning the U.S., and then I have Shayna Baszler winning the Intercontinental Championship, hopefully going on a run like in NXT.
Gotcha.
Tommaso Ciampa somehow established himself as the only heel among the 6 men in the tag team title contention. How are you the only heel? Anyway, who should win the tag team titles here, Griff? Over to you.
Hopefully, it be the Street Profits. Like I said, it's a win to go home. I mean, no excuses. And you got to figure out, get it done. I mean, I'm pulling for them. I'm still rooting for them, but there's nothing else to talk about, man. Figure it out and get the job done. You made the promo. You said what you got to say. Get it done.
He's the only heel. Everybody else is a face. The New Day say some things that they may not be able to take back later. This implosion has reached a boiling point for sure. Who takes the first shot at the anniversary party, Coach? Who hits who first?
Definitely Woods, because he was told tonight he wasn't good enough, and I know Kofi snatched his soul with that one. They both had good points. They went back and forth, but Xavier's gonna act an ass on this next episode with Big E right there. I can't wait. Let's implode this finally.
Gunther and Priest continue their bland feud as I get bored every time they're both on the screen. Are you excited about this match, Griff? And if so, why?
I am excited for it. I know Damian think that he got Gunther's number and got his confidence shook, but just like any other champion sometimes got downtimes and downfalls, and you just got to pick yourself back up. Gunther's gonna pick himself up, and he's gonna prove Damian like, you ain't got me shook, I got you shook, and had you fooled the whole time.
I'm asleep every time they have a promo. Coach, there were some things that Griff got to talk about that you didn't. Go ahead and rebuttal.
I do not agree one bit how the way they're booking Gunther right now. Why are we booking him this week? It is not right. I don't understand why we're going this direction. I mean, how can you go from this prestigious, confident champ to just not saying nothing and getting your ass with every? He better win on Saturday, because we gotta have to fix this ASAP. I'm not happy about it.
I hope he beat the hell out of Damian Priest. Griff, There were some things that Coach got to talk about. Your chance for a rebuttal.
KO coming out in his tuxedo, thought he was going to go face-to-face with a politician in a suit. And apparently, Cody didn't come out with the suit. But Cody did go into a rage mode as we've been asking for and looking for. But unfortunately, he'll still be in the face. It is what it is. But Kevin is right. Kevin is telling the truth, and Kevin just surpasses it. But come with your suit next time, Cody.
Kevin was speaking and I was intrigued. Cody was speaking and I was like, nah, I don't believe you. And for some reason, I don't know what it is. It's just something when they get a face title run, it's lackluster for some reason. So we got to figure this out.
Yeah.
We got to figure out what Cody can do if he's going to continue to hold on to that title. If not, go on and get it off him, my guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's turn now to our main events as we want to talk about, let's all say it, like the reason that we're all here, right? Paul Heyman returns and brings help as Griff gets a prediction right, and we see CM Punk join the fold as the 5th member. Does this bring cohesion to the team, or does this open the door for betrayal and turmoil? Coach, let's start off with you, brother. What are your thoughts on CM Punk joining the Bloodline?
To answer your question, it's going to bring out more questions and answers. It's not going to be as cohesive as we think it is. You got the two biggest egos in the company. That for one night, let's see if we can make it work. And honestly, all honesty, I was confused by it. Yeah, Griff, you made the right prediction, but it was for ratings and pop, which I understood. And I was so happy to hear. I've never been so happy in my life to hear "ladies and gentlemen." Like, let's say I did pop. So let's just get that straight. I was glad to see the wise man, but CM Punk join this team, I don't see how it fits the storyline other than, hey, we need you here for one night only at War Games. Obviously, we going to Canada for strictly ratings and pop, but something we're probably going to still see Seth some way intermingle in this match, get involved to kind of get him and Punk's story going, because obviously we know that I think they're still trying to keep him and Roman away from each other, which is okay. But no, honestly, I was happy to see the wise man, but confused to see Punk. But let's see Saturday night what they're gonna make of it.
Yeah, the prediction, it was real simple. When we talk about long-term storytelling, you got to go back months ago when Punk and Heyman had that interview together about being the Paul Heyman guy before Heyman went through the table at Madison Square Garden.
That's true.
You leaving that vacant, that means, Seth made it adamant he don't want to be on the team. He's not going to team up with Roman. And there's only one spot left and one person you can think of. And it makes sense for that. Now, to the question, does it bring cohesiveness? I don't think so. Does it, it's going to be a lot of questions because, again, you got Sami Zayn. I don't know if you saw the clip of that where they was in the locker room before they came out. Sami Zayn took a phone out to somebody's pocket and threw it on the couch low key. There's so many mysteries, so many things to that. But the reason I chose CM Punk in this situation too is because I'm looking at the long run. You need something to piss Seth Rollins off. Think about, like, hey, I don't want to go, but when you see somebody else get up and go and having fun, you feel some type of way. Although Seth didn't want to be on this team, he's going to feel some type of way that CM Punk of all people. So, with that being said, this is more of your long-term storytelling telling that. But Punk and Roman, they're going to have a face-to-face and talk it up. And Roman said it, a long time ago. I don't like the guy, but when it's time to do business, in the right time to do business, I do business with him. But this is a business trip this week. But Roman's going to let him know, like, hey, this my family, and you with us. This is all about family. After this, ain't no friends to cut ties. But keep an eye on Heyman, keep an eye on CM Punk, but also keep my eye on Jey Uso and Sami Zayn in this situation.
My man said you was okay, so I'm going to try to trust you at the beginning. But I'm going to keep my eyes open for sure, which is what this all boils down to. Paul Heyman is the thing that's bringing us all together. So therefore, if Heyman says he trusts you, then I trust you. But I'm going to keep my eyes open for sure. There are too many variables in this for me to involve Seth. Because once you involve CM Punk, now you're taking the story in a whole other direction. I could understand adding Seth. I didn't want it. I could understand adding Seth because of the Roman side of things. But now that CM Punk is involved, now we're going to head into a whole different direction. Now I think you can solely focus on Bloodline versus Bloodline. Right now it becomes about the actual fight and not about what's to come in the future. CM Punk just wants to fight, and he coming to help his guy out is what I think. Coming to help Paul Heyman out. Paul needs someone, therefore I'm gonna step up and help my guy. I'm gonna still keep my eyes open just in case, because I don't trust too many of y'all. So that's the way that I see that this is happening. I'm glad it wasn't Seth, because it wouldn't have helped the storyline, like I said last week. I'm glad it wasn't Cody, because he's nowhere involved in this. So they did the right thing there. But like you said, Coach, I was surprised at adding CM Punk. I wasn't surprised at Heyman coming back, but I was surprised at the fact that they added CM Punk. But now that it's happened, I can see where we're headed. So it's nice to finally get all 10 guys together. And I'd love to hear your predictions on what you think is going to happen. Not necessarily who you think is going to win, if that's not what you want to give, but what do you think is going to happen? Griff?
I think there's going to be a chaotic mishap in a match. I'm definitely rolling with the OG, but I just got a feeling it don't have to be like a backstabbing or someone trading or turning on somebody, but it can just be a crazy mishap that happens, and OGs might give it up, and then the Bloodline 2.0 might end up stealing this one once again out of WarGames and shock the world.
Coach?
Yeah, I got some miscommunication going down. You either be from Roman, Punk, or Sammy. I believe it's going to be one of those three. And obviously Jay and Jimmy going to be on the outside looking in, like what the hell's going on. But it's something, those variables within this team, something goes down. Somebody accidentally hits somebody again, or some shenanigans happen outside of the cage, or you have Seth coming down to confront Punk to maybe get that storyline cooking going into 2020. You have so much to do. Yeah, they can do. But I'm with Griff. I see the new Bloodline pulling this out on some shenanigans on Roman's team, and then obviously there'll be some mess and fallout the sift through and take us into main event and Rumble season.
Yeah, I don't know. I for some reason I see Sami Zayn kicking CM Punk and causing this to be an L. Bloodline 2.0 taking the win here. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a beatdown, and I think Bloodline 2.0. I mean, like you said earlier, Griff, Jacob Fatu and Bronson Reed in the ring at the same time. Somebody's got a problem. So, I see this being. I see somebody betraying someone in this, and I think it's Sami Zayn and CM Punk are going to be really involved in that, since they're not really Bloodline guys, if we're being honest.
Right.
Are we forgetting one thing? I know we're predicting right now, but if we can just I'll stay here real quick. The Rock variable, the final boss variable, I'm not going to lie, with Punk being added, really, I really don't know how the way they can interject the final boss.
Yeah, there's
at this point.
Exactly, right? Adding CM Punk takes away the prediction of it, right? It takes away the foresight of knowing what's coming, because that was unexpected, and you don't know how he is involved, at least not until Friday. We don't know how he's involved. We don't know what his intentions are. We don't know who he's truly going to help, even though he's on the bloodline, or excuse me, the OG bloodline side. So that's the intrigue that we're looking to. Griff, do you see it that way as well?
Yeah, absolutely. This is was great about the whole situation. It's a question mark that you don't know, and not that you just don't know, but it can go either way. Either it can go great and then we're wrong, or it can go like we expected and goes but until CM Punk states the reason why he chose to do it. But like I said, I'm with you, Jackie. Like, the minute he came to the locker room, this is what he was doing, wrapping up that fist. So, anytime you see somebody wrapping up that fist, all I'm thinking about is fighting and coming and put my fist across your face. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about who on my team. I don't care about what y'all situation is. The minute I get in that ring, the first person I see eye to eye coming at me, they getting it. You know what I'm saying? When he came to the ring, I felt like he just wanted to fight. Like, I don't care. I just want to fight. I ain't finna sit at home. I ain't got time to be waiting to the Rumble. I'm ready to get up and fight right now. Oh, here's a perfect opportunity. They need a fifth guy. Okay, Paul, I'll hook this up. Let me get up in here. So I think that's just what I feel. Hey, Paul, I want to fight. set this up. But the real question is that we haven't mentioned too is why was Heyman's phone disconnected? Because it's almost like we're going straight to Punk and taking attention towards Punk being the fifth man, and they're making us forget about, hey, dude, your phone was disconnected. Roman hit you up. Like, did you get a new number or did you get it cut off? Like, what was the purpose of that phone being disconnected? You know what I'm saying? So that's another incentive to that. That's another question that has to be answered.
Hopefully on Friday.
Yeah, hopefully we get some answers to some questions on Friday, and the right people say the right things. Let's hope for that. But let's go ahead and give our predictions, man. Let's close this show out tonight with our predictions. Let's start with the men's war games, the OG Bloodline versus Bloodline 2.0. OG Bloodline plus Punk versus Bloodline 2.0 plus Bronson Reed. What's our predictions here? How do we see this going? Griff, let's start with you.
Hey, man, like, much as I want to roll the OGs, man, this is hard. I just got that feeling that the new bloodline gonna win this. This is hard, y'all. This is hard. I'm gonna stick with my guns, and just like if I got somebody back, I'm gonna remain their back no matter what the odds are. If it happens, it happens. But I'm gonna go ahead and roll with the OGs on this one.
Coach.
Okay, I got Solo and the boys. Like I said, going over on some foolish stuff, on some shenanigans. Yep.
Yeah, I too am gonna go with Bloodline 2.0. I just think Jacob Fatu and Bronson Reed are too much to match up with. Plus, Solo's on a run of his life right now, man, just from a mic standpoint and from an in-ring standpoint. So putting it all together, and I see him main eventing WrestleMania. The women's War Games match includes Bianca, Io, Naomi, Rhea, and assuming Bailey versus Nia Jax, Liv Morgan, Tiffy Time, Raquel Rodriguez, and Candice LeRae. What are our predictions here, Coach? Let's start with you.
Man, I said it, in the takes last week, but then with Jade getting crashed out, it changes things. I was gonna I'm gonna go with Team Nia now. Team Nia and Liv squirting out of there. Because we know Rhea and Liv is ultimately gonna end up going at it at Mania. So let her continue to fight through. So I got Nia and her crew going over.
Griff?
I hope that don't last a Mania. That's too dang long.
I know it's too long.
No, I'm going with Team Bianca, all because my girl Io gonna pull off some trash can shenanigans from the top of the cage again that they ain't gonna be ready for. So I'm going with them, man. And that's it.
My pick last week was Nia Jax team, and I think I'm going to stick with it, although I know that WWE does not believe in women's storylines coming out of this. They just want that moment where all five women are holding each other's hands up at the end, and that normally is a face thing. But I'm going to try to stick with my guns here as well and go with Nia Jax, Liv Morgan, Tiffy, Raquel, and Candice LeRae. What about the World Heavyweight title, or aka the Snooze Fest on the mics? Damian Priest versus Gunther. Go ahead and give your prediction, Griff.
Gunther. It's Gunther this time. No interference. Gunther's gonna prove his point. So Gunther.
Coach.
I'm going with the ring general. Man, he needs to get his swag back. He needs to get his mojo back immediately. And
yeah, across the board, I also hope that Gunther chokes Damian Priest out. The U.S. title is also up for grabs in a triple threat match between, Kaiser, Sheamus, and Braun Breaker. What are our thoughts?
Intercontinental.
I'm sorry. Yes, Intercontinental title is a triple threat. Excuse me. I'm reading two different things at once.
That's all good.
Coach, over to you for the IC title triple threat.
I got Braun Breaker coming out of this. He needs to hold a little bit longer. He's got some momentum. Like I said, he's hella over. So let's get it. He gets a chance to show what he can do against two other great stars, and I got him coming out. Braun Breaker.
I'm staying with Braun Breaker as well.
Okay. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense for him to lose it, although he lost it once before and it didn't make sense. So who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna go with Braun Breaker as well. We'll go across the board on that one. And then finally, the U.S. title is now LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura. At least that's what's been advertised. Our thoughts and our prediction here. Griff, over to you.
If the build was a little bit longer, I'd definitely be picking Nakamura, but because the build was short and this seems kind of forced last minute, I'm going to go with LA Knight.
Coach?
Yeah. Yep, I'm with you, Griff. It was great to see him. Great to see him actually 2 weeks in a row. You know, he's back, different, whole new mystique. He's back to his anime, but not enough. You know, hopefully in the feet he can still get some momentum back after but I got LA Knight.
This match doesn't even make it to the ring. Shinsuke Nakamura attacks LA Knight backstage some way, somehow. We don't even get the match, but we push on with our storyline by a no contest of some sort with Nakamura leaving LA Knight hanging.
I wouldn't mind that because with Nakamura just coming back, why would you bury him that quick and have him lose and pin and embarrass? So if that happened, I wouldn't mind that at all.
That'd be great for all parties. Yep.
Yeah. Like you have to advance this some way, somehow. Like you said, Griff, you just brought him back. You showed essentially a newer character of his. And you're not going to bury that right away. You want to kind of let that linger and let that build itself up. And either you give Nakamura the title, which I don't see happening, or there's a no contest here of some sort. So I don't even think it gets to the ring, similar to Kevin Owens and Randy Orton at the last PLE. I don't even think it makes it to the ring.
Yeah.
Maybe not as violent or as emotionally driven, but definitely some type of attack somewhere down the line.
Oh yeah.
All right, boys. Hopefully your predictions come true. We'll talk about power rankings and the fantasy update next week after this PLE. So hopefully your predictions come true, and we'll see how well you do when this comes out. Griff, you got a thought?
I do. I got a question for y'all. I got to get this out before we close out. Who do y'all think is the attacker of Jade Cargill?
Oh, yeah. That's a good question.
I have mine. I took a poll and 90% of the people agreed with who I took. So I'm interested to hear who you guys think.
Man, as silly as it may sound, guys, I noticed this tonight, and I'm leaning more toward. I see what y'all talking about with Bianca. I see the subtle things that she's doing. Her attitude. I see it. It's coming. You know, and hey, the way she's chewing gum and she's just doing, you know, she's feeling herself. And then what she said tonight, you know, hey, I need to put the team on my back tonight, and you know, before she went out there for a match. And so yeah, I can see y'all going over, you know, having Bianca turn before Jade. So I just wanted to give y'all kudos on that. Which I think that Bianca, even though she didn't physically do it, she had somebody do it. But I know Bianca has something to do with it. Maybe I'm thinking Bianca and Naomi might be in on it.
I don't know about Naomi, but I definitely do think it's Bianca having something to do with it. I think she attacked her well before she even came out for her match, and then she was out in the ring to make it seem like she had nothing to do with it. But I do think she attacked her. Very similar to the kind of like the Trick and Mello situation down on NXT. So now we're just seeing it on a grander scale. Is that what the poll said, Griff?
That is correct. Yeah. So most went with Bianca. Some picked Charlotte as well. They even thought Charlotte would probably be the person to replace, but I kind of thought about it. I said, well, Charlotte been out for a year with a serious injury. I don't think her first match back would be in the WarGames to antagonize that injury once again. Yeah. But if you look at the attack, you know, it has to be someone like a Raquel Rodriguez or Bianca Belair, someone that's a powerful athlete to do an attack like that. I can't see like a Candice LeRae or a Liv Morgan doing something like that. So, I mean, what we've been saying and calling the tag team, and Bianca character now can go into, hey, I'm tired of carrying you as a tag team. I was getting bored being a tag team. I want to go back doing this. here we go with the heel story. So, depending on time, this is what I feel and think. Bianca was the person that before the match did that to Jade, and I think with Bayley coming in the situation now, Bayley is going to be with that part where it's going to draw that character of Bianca to show her true self between her and Naomi as friends, and it's going to show that Bayley is really the true friend of Naomi than Bianca was to Naomi, and that's going to help reveal her true self and who put her through that, the attack Jade.
I mean, you have to think about from a kayfabe standpoint, Jade clearly was alone, or the person that she was with is the person that attacked her. You know what I mean? Like, if you run up on Jade, you had some point from a kayfabe standpoint had to run up on Bianca, right? So it's not like you just caught Jade slipping by herself walking from catering, right? Like, no, like I think the person she was with is the person that attacked her. So we shall see.
I must say, and I'm actually I'm good with this now because it's going to reignite some careers. It's going to reignite the career of Montez, and maybe they can both go heel at the same time. I know they did their show and all of that, but hopefully this can rub off and trickle down, and and get those. I mean, when she finally pulls the trigger, and obviously is the heel going into Mania, maybe they can pull it off with Tez too.
I think Bianca was that heat that they were missing the first time that they tried to go heel, right?
True.
If they would have gone heel with Bianca instead of B-Fab, no offense to B-Fab, hopefully she starts to light a fire soon here. But if they would have, went with Bianca instead of B-Fab as that mouthpiece, I think we'd be having a whole different conversation right now.
Yep.
About both entities, about the Street Profits and about Bianca.
And Bobby Lashley might still be in WWE.
You got a whole nother situation. Yeah. You got a whole nother landscape of WWE. So,
but
we'll see what happens, man. Survivor Series is this weekend. Survivor Series is Saturday at what is it, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5
early
p.m.
start.
Central, and all of those things. So hopefully it's a longer show. We have not been spoiled with longer shows as of late. So maybe Survivor Series will give us that longer show and we get some interesting matches. So look forward to seeing what happens. Go ahead, Griff.
Will we get a tsunami from the top of the cage?
Oh my goodness, that is a long way down for a heavier set man. I hope no one dies in the process of this tsunami. But I need at least 6 or 7 tsunamis to some Samoan drops or something. A combination of the two entities here.
You know they saying hospital now on TV now. They're not saying Vince McMahon local medical facility. They now actually saying hospital. So
crazy how kayfabe had us saying some stuff that we couldn't say and didn't want to say. A lot of stuff, man. Things just
give me Wade Barrett with Michael Cole and Corey Graves just for that match. Because when that tsunami come, I need Wade Barrett to say that tsunami.
No doubt.
Hopefully coming up, Netflix doesn't buffer as we head into the new year on January 6th. Hopefully they get that together and I ain't got to cut off Netflix or nothing. But let's get on out of here, man. This has been fun, and hopefully your predictions all come true, boys. Coach, let the people know where they can find you, man.
All right. You can find me on Instagram at Coach Montay24.
Griff, let the people know where they can find you. Yeah, find me on Instagram as well at GriffNation84, and also on X, formerly known as Twitter. X, formerly known as Twitter. CGriff84. I got it right.
You can follow me, Jackie Miles, on Instagram and Twitter at JackieMiles42. You can follow BDixx on Instagram at B_DIXX. You can follow us all on Instagram and Twitter at Ebony Championship Wrestling and Ebony Championship Rest. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell so that you are notified every time that the boys are on your screen. This has been fun tonight. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in. This is Ebony Championship Wrestling signing off. Well, Coach, let them know.
We never tapping out.
Not one
series, y'all.
We appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. We'll see y'all next time. Happy Thanksgiving to you all.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
Thanksgiving.
Peace.